Happiness would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. We live in a world obsessed with happiness. Social media feeds us polished images of perfect lives. Self-help books promise the secret to joy. And countless voices tell us that we should always be positive, always be happy. But Jung believed this constant pursuit of happiness is misguided and even harmful. We run from sadness, deny our anger, and suppress our fears. And in doing so, we cut ourselves off from the very experiences that make life whole and meaningful. Even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness, and the word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. He saw life as a dynamic interplay between light and shadow. The joy, the sorrow, the uncertainty, the beauty, and the pain. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. When we stop chasing happiness, we begin to live more authentically. Stop forcing yourself to smile. Stop pretending to be fine when you are not. And in that space of honesty, real peace can begin to grow. The greatest and most important problems of life are all fundamentally insoluble, Jung said. They can never be solved but only outgrown. Chasing happiness often keeps us trapped in the belief that we need to fix ourselves. Real growth comes not from fixing, but from evolving, from allowing ourselves to outgrow the patterns and beliefs that no longer serve us. Your visions will become clear, Jung wrote, only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside, dreams, who looks inside, awakes. True contentment comes not from seeking external happiness, but from understanding ourselves. From embracing both the light and the shadow within. From being willing to sit with discomfort, to explore our fears, to honor our sadness. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, in order to avoid facing their own souls. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Embrace your whole self. Not just the parts you like. Not just the moments that feel good. But all of it. Your doubts. Your struggles. Your longings. Your imperfections. Your humanity. A man who has not passed through the inferno of his passions has never overcome them. We begin the deeper journey of integration, of bringing all aspects of who we are into awareness. And in that process, we find something far more enduring than happiness. We find meaning. We find wholeness. We find peace. The acceptance of oneself is the essence of the whole moral problem and the epitome of a whole outlook on life. We discover that joy arises naturally, as a byproduct of living authentically. The shoe that fits one person pinches another, Jung said. There is no recipe for living that suits all cases. There is no single path to happiness. No universal formula for joy. No perfect life that fits everyone. When we stop trying to force our lives into someone else's mold of happiness, we begin to live on our own terms. Loneliness does not come from having no people around you, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to you. True connection, true belonging, comes from authenticity, not from the appearance of happiness. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. Real relationships are built on honesty, vulnerability, and shared growth. When we stop chasing happiness, we open the door to deeper, more meaningful connections. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. When we are no longer obsessed with maintaining happiness, we become more curious, more willing to explore our triggers, more open to learning from the discomforts of life. And in this space, true wisdom grows. I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become. Life is not about avoiding sadness or chasing fleeting moments of joy. It is about becoming, about evolving, about embracing the full spectrum of the human experience. We cannot change anything unless we accept it. When we stop resisting life as it is, when we accept both the joy and the sorrow, we begin to experience a deeper peace. Not the fragile peace of constant happiness, but the steady peace of inner alignment. The pendulum of the mind oscillates between sense and nonsense, not between right and wrong. There is no perfect way to live. No perfect way to feel. No perfect way to be. There is only the honest, present experience of life as it unfolds. Where wisdom reigns, there is no conflict between thinking and feeling. When we integrate our thoughts and emotions, we no longer need to chase happiness. We find a deeper harmony, a state of being where we can hold joy and sadness together. Hope and grief. Certainty and doubt. Love and loss. The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. Yet this is the path to freedom, to wholeness, to a life that is not about chasing happiness, but about living fully. So tonight, stop chasing, stop forcing, stop running. Instead, be here, be with yourself, with your joys and your sorrows, with your strengths and your wounds, with your wholeness. And in that space, you may just find something deeper than happiness. You may find yourself.